Doug Ford did this with the lowest voter turnout in Ontario's history. I want to talk about that later in this show, and we will get into that. But first, if you are a federal political party in this country and you see this overwhelming victory by Doug Ford's progressive conservatives, I mean, what's your takeaway from this? What are you learning from this?
Well, if you're a federal liberal, you're looking at the liberal brand in Ontario, just basically got a beating,
Hmm.
right? That there was no political brand coattails for the liberals or kind of residual draw, and that's one of the key takeaways. The other thing is that you know the conservatives picked up seats. Think of it this way: we just had a federal election. There are seats that voted liberal in the last federal election in Ontario, and now are voting progressive conservative last in the most recent Ontario election. Like the Bramptons, right? The
Hmm.
Bramptons, I think they're all liberal federally, and this week's election, all conservative, like a
Yeah, that's
complete
wild.
flip.
Yeah.
So if you're a federal liberal organizer, you got to be looking at this and thinking, the brand is on its back heels in Ontario.
Hmm.
The party doesn't even have party status. People are grumpy, and they opted for a pragmatic alternative. For the New Democrats, they have to be disappointed. For Jagmeet Singh, on a personal basis, his brother lost,
Hmm.
right, one of those Brampton seats,
Hmm.
and that's not just a setback for the party in Ontario, but that's also a setback for Jagmeet Singh on a personal basis because it's his brother.
Hmm.
So, and then, for the Democrats, they came across as tired. So, I think they have to be worried. And now, if you're a conservative, the one thing about the federal conservatives, you got to be looking at this, and it's like the new franchise for victory in Ontario.
Hmm.
We'll call it the Ford franchise for now. What is that? It's not being ideological. It's not being kind of over the top. It's being pragmatic, right?
Hmm.
Being realistic, being consistent, and I think if you're one of those federal leadership aspirants, you got to be looking at this. And I also noticed that Pierre Poilievre just recently tweeted that he wanted to roll back vaccine mandates and all that other kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That is in complete opposition to what Doug Ford kicked conservatives out of caucus because they refused to share their vaccination status or get vaccinated. So, hey, Pierre Poilievre, maybe this is a little bit of a wake up call that if you want to have traction to win in Ontario,
Mhm.
look at what Doug Ford is doing.